Most people don't have a fitness problem. They have personal problems, which is why they can't stay consistent with their fitness and achieve the physique goals that they want. This is the 8-step framework that I personally use to stay on top of my physique goals year round and to give me energy to fuel myself throughout the day to run my business. Pillar number 1, AM alignment process. So I done this kind of naturally without really having a name for it. I've done this for maybe 2.5 years. I have worked with a lot of mentors, consultants, for physique, mindset, business. And one of the more recent guys that I'm working with, he actually has a name for this. He does this as well. He calls it conscious calibration. I call it the AM alignment process. Most people can't stay consistent with something for more than like a month. Why is that? It's because they operate as their current self. If you're trying to become someone different, someone new, and you're operating with the habits and the beliefs of the current version of yourself, it's not a surprise that you fall off after your sort of quick burst of motivation, and that sort of dies out. Every single morning I wake up, I have a cup of coffee, I have a blank piece of paper and a pen. And I like to align myself with the future version of myself that I want to become, whether that's personal, whether that's business, whether that's physique, all these different pillars of my life. I like to align myself with the person that I want to become. I envision the end state, the habits that I need to do to become that version, and then I just embody those actions. I just action on them, and then I become him. And it's just like an everlasting sort of cycle of just becoming better, as operating as the most potent, optimal version of yourself, operating at full potential. Pillar number 2, 4-phase physique roadmap. If you were driving a car, let's remove the car. Not everyone might be driving. If you were going for a run, right? See if you didn't know where the finish line was, or you didn't know where you were stopping. After about 30 minutes, 40 minutes, provided you're still going, you're not going to be that motivated to keep going because you don't really know where you're stopping. You need a timeline to work off in order for you to just give you a North Star to work towards. Anyone that works with me one-to-one will know how massive I am on timelines. That color-coded Google Sheet doc that anyone that works with me will know what I'm talking about. I am massive on timelines. You need a finish line in order to sprint towards. Pillar number 3, the elite athlete training split. I have worked with a lot of physique coaches. I think it's like 5. I'm 27. I've worked with maybe 5 physique coaches since the age of about 21. One was more kind of like lifestyle. The rest have kind of been pretty heavy physique coaches in terms of they're very involved in the bodybuilding realm, world. I'm not a massive when it comes to the bodybuilding scene, I'm not massively into it. Even though I've been coached by a lot of these guys, one of them was a professional bodybuilder, an IFBB pro. I'm not massive into the whole competing scene. That's just not me. But I take certain things from the bodybuilding world, from a training perspective, from a routine perspective, from a nutrition perspective, and I instill it into my own life to help me achieve my physique goals and operate with total energy to run my business. That is where the elite athlete training split comes in. If you're a bodybuilder, you're spending 2 to 3 hours in the gym every single day. Most bodybuilders don't have the energy to do anything outside of the gym. They don't really do anything outside of the gym anyway, They're not that very social. They kind of live in a box. They eat their meals, they train, they recover. They don't really do anything else. That's not what we're about. We want to ensure that training does not take away from our life. We want it to give us energy, to give us the confidence through achieving the physique. That's where the elite athlete training split comes in. In terms of training, this could come in the form of just your general weight training, or even sort of cardio timed at certain stages of the day, energy raisers. If you're sort of low on energy, having cardio timed at certain stages of the day can actually be incredibly beneficial. Just to throw that in there. If you're someone that works a 9 to 5 or a corporate job, you're not going to be able to do that unless you're kind of training on your lunch hour. Just thought I would throw that in there. Pillar number 4 is maximum output nutrition protocol. So this kind of ties in with pillar number 3 and pillar number 2. When it comes to your nutrition, that is going to play a massive role in your body composition, setting up your protein, your carbs, and your fats and fiber as well. We want to ensure that we are setting our nutrition up in a way that is going to allow us to achieve that physique goal that we have. It kind of ties into pillar number 5, which is your nutrient timing optimization. This is massive. This is something that I learned the hard way, massively. So there's no point in looking great if we don't have any energy, especially if you run a business, if you work corporate. You're going to need to be very specific about where you consume your carbohydrates at certain stages of the day. If you have a client meeting, if you have a call, if you have something that you just need mental clarity for, be very aware of when you're eating certain meals at certain stages of the day. If I wake up and I have a big massive bowl of oats or cream of rice, mentally I'm just not as sharp, put it that way. So we want to be very specific about where we are consuming certain meals throughout the day to optimize for total energy across the day. Pillar number 6, Founders Supplement Stack. This gives me like complete total mental potency. If you want a copy of what I take for supplements, message me on Instagram, supplement stack, something along those lines. I'll know exactly you've been watching this video and I'll get back to you with the list that I take. So that's very important. Pillar number 7, elite recovery practice. So it's all well and good having the training plan, the nutrition plan. If we're not recovering at a rate that we want to, then it's no good. You know, we grow outside of the gym, not in the gym itself. So we want to ensure that our sleep is not compromised, that it is optimized. And we can also make use of activities outside of the gym, outside of work, maybe like ice baths, saunas, things like that. Pillar number 8, non-negotiable daily blueprint. So you need to have the habits instilled. This more or less comes down to sort of just different habits to allow us to achieve that physique. It could be like steps, it could be like cardio, it could be other areas in your life, even just time management. Like that's massive to ensure that all of this gets done, you know. That is the 8-step system framework that I use to achieve my physique goals year round, to ensure that I am working towards my North Star and to ensure that I have total energy throughout the day, every day,